Well, good morning, or good afternoon, or good night, or whatever time of day it may be. How are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I'm very happy that you didn't get blown away. You know.
No, I'll never get blown away. It's going to take a little bit more than just a slight breeze and some rain to do anything to me.
That's true. Yeah. I am a little disappointed though.
Are you disappointed I didn't get blown away?
No, I'm
or rained on?
disappointed. No, I'm disappointed you didn't stop me from eating McDonald's.
Oh no! You see, I would have I would have encouraged you. I would have gotten you more.
I can't. I so regret the McDonald's. Like, so I'm gonna have like
Actually,
a pity party for myself today. I'm very happy you didn't get blown away though. I mean, you know, but.
I probably would have got you Taco Bell, to be fair.
Oh my God, that's even worse. But you know what? In all honesty, Taco Bell would have been over with quicker.
So the stream would be too.
Yes, I would have been like, excuse me, I have to mute. I'll see you in a few minutes, maybe. Just like, yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's one room I don't stream from. Like, no, it's not going to happen.
No, I don't think anyone successfully streamed from that room.
No, not it actually had anything left of a platform to talk about afterwards.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. But anyway, we're gonna have to bring the show out of that room, for now. But I'm sorry, it was just my stomach hurts. Like, you ever just have something that just nags at you? Like, it's just like it's taken over my life right now.
I can imagine.
I am a victim of the burger. Like, definitely. Although the sauce was great. Like, I mean, I did it to myself. Like,
The burger
for
was
sure.
defending itself.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I'm
See,
I
they haven't
just
evolved to be brightly colored yet. Unfortunately, they haven't had enough time to do that. But eventually, they're going to evolve to be brightly colored, so we know that they're actually a danger to eat.
Oh, you mean like poison? Yes, because I do
Yeah.
feel as if I've been poisoned, like although I did it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean this is totally self-inflicted. Like there was a good
It's like licking
day.
a toad.
Yeah, there was a good day. Grandson wanted to celebrate like a reward, so that's what he asked for the reward. And they brought me one back, and I should have declined, but I did not. Like I
Oh, you
was
can
just
never
like,
decline a good burger.
that wasn't good. Like let's get over like no, they you can't really call it good.
Well,
Like,
I say good in a sense that it's hard to say no to.
well, I will admit it is better in foreign countries. I have seen like the burgers, what your version of a
Oh yeah,
McDonald's is
that's
compared to
right.
ours. In
I
ours, it's little sad gray meat that doesn't even fit the bun, and it's three pieces of bread. It's like all bread, and it was sauce everywhere. It was like dripping everywhere, all over the place, because it was like a Big Mac with the shredded lettuce and everything. And the
I
sauce was good.
am.
The sauce was really
Mm-hmm.
good. It was way too much bread, and I cannot identify what that was that was supposed to be a burger in there. And it's American fake cheese. It's not even real cheese. So it's like it's everything I hate. I'm a foodie, so it's everything I hate about food. I can't believe I did it to myself. Actually, I'm just like I'm a glutton for punishment. Well, I don't know.
It just just blame the burger. That's always the easiest. Just blame the burger. That
Just feel so dumb.
ah no, anyone would fall for it. I mean,
No, I don't know. Like I don't fall for it that often. Like I was just like, like that was nice. They thought of me. Like what the heck, I'm just
what's the worst
like,
that can happen?
well, it's sitting there. Like, how is it that you take the bites and you chew it? You know you bit it and you chewed it, right? And you ate it. How is it that it just forms all back into its original thing and sits there like a lump in your stomach? Like, what's that all about?
Well, it's actually an optical illusion. I don't know how it's optical, but it is an illusion.
But
It's actually it's actually your brain cells all coagulating into one single cell, and that causes you to start to feel like phantom limbs, or in this case, a phantom burger in your stomach.
it
And
just
now
feels like
you're
a
and
big
now
lump.
you're
Yeah.
yep, and now you're basically running on a single brain cell.
Oh, great. Well, okay. Well, you had the option to cancel and you chose to go on. Like, all right, here we
Why do you
go.
think I made sure we kept going?
Well, you're going to have fun. Like, I don't see it.
Absolutely.
I can see I'm in for trouble here. But I guess I deserve it. Well, here's your opportunity. Take it. Like, hmm.
Oh, I will.
Oh, well, thank you everyone for joining. You had Chipotle, no complaints. Oh, Chipotle at least is some real food in a bowl. Like, what did you have, Grace? Now I want to know. And Jin is making pitas. I want to know what you're putting in that pita. Like, make me feel
Oof.
terrible, people. Talk about real food. Okay, to make me feel awful. I have to do this show on one brain cell with a lump in my stomach, and it's all self-inflicted. Like, it's definitely self-inflicted. You know, and
Yeah.
and my co-host here gets to make fun of me the whole time because he loves this fast food. Oh, the
Mm-hmm.
chicken burrito bowl is delicious. I love the bowls, Grace. They're real food, though. You have to admit, Chipotle is at least real food. Do you have Chipotle in New Zealand?
No, I don't believe we have a fast food place called Chipotle. We could have a look at some point.
It's Tex-Mex, like Bobby Flay, the chef Bobby Flay made it. Like started
Oh,
the
okay.
chain. And it does burritos and stuff like that and bowls and stuff, but it's like real food.
We have a Nando's, and the closest thing to fast food with burritos is Taco Bell. But our
Yeah,
Taco
but
Bell is
Taco Bell
amazing.
is not real. It's not real Mexican food. Like that's not real. Like I don't even know what the meat is that they use in Taco Bell. Like that's not real. Like it's like no, it's not. It's just like
If it's not
no.
real, why does it taste so good?
But that's how you know it's not real because it's full of this stuff that just like you said, it just turns your brain into one brain cell and you don't know the difference anymore. I really think they put stuff in fast food that makes you crave it. Like
It's
I
called
do.
MSG.
It's poison. No, not
MSG
MSG. Don't
isn't
start.
poison.
Don't start with the MSG thing with me again. That's in Chinese food.
MSG is amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's the one thing you have the biggest bag of in your house.
Yep.
Like the two things that you always have for your house are this. I knew you were a fast food addict when the biggest supplies that you have in your house are the toilet paper and the MSG.
Yep.
You never run
Exactly.
out, and you never run out of either one. Just like, yep, I should have known. I should know.
At the very least, if I don't have any food, at least I have MSG.
So, I don't know. I mean, no, I'm not going to slam MSG because it is necessary in some recipes, for things like it. It is a
Oh,
nice
it's not
enhancer.
necessary in some recipes. It's necessary in all recipes that are
Okay,
savory.
okay. You don't put MSG in your ice cream?
I might actually try that at some point.
Oh my god!
Thanks for the idea.
Jeez. Oh, I think. Oh no. See, I'm not. Yeah, this is not going to be good today. Like, I don't know. What were we supposed to be talking about? Yeah, we did have a show planned,
Um,
right? Yeah.
yeah, I think we did.
I
Did we plan it? I can't
don't know.
remember.
Did we plan it? Did we? I don't know. I need otters, people. Thank you,
It
Purple,
was
for the otters show.
we planned
There
it so effortlessly, we didn't even know it happened.
there you go. Is it over then? Is it done?
Probably. Both of us feel unsatisfied, so it probably is over.
Oh my god. Well, that was short lived. All that in like
Mm-hmm.
years of anticipation to end like that. This is just that how terrible. Like that's tragic actually. That's like tragic. Oh my god. Now I don't know whether to bring the slides up or not. I'm going for it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. Okay. Wow, we're supposed to be doing Law 30. The chapter 30 already? Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. Like we're more than halfway there.
Only
Wow.
18 more to go.
18 more to go. As long as I don't eat any more fast food, we'll make it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. So, we are up to Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Just like me.
Mr. Humble.
Judgment. Mm-hmm. Your actions must seem natural and executed with ease. All the toil and practice that go into them, and also all of the clever tricks must be concealed. When you act effortlessly, as if you could do much more. Avoid the temptation of revealing how hard you work. It only raises questions. Teach no one your tricks, or they will be used against you.
Mm, very good. Okay, that's sound advice. Don't let people know how you do it, or they'll just copy it and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned this. I've learned this over and over again in my life. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't keep much a secret though. Like I don't know. Do you?
No, but that's because that's because I like to do I like to um make things that make the journey just as interesting as the end result.
Mm-hmm.
I just it's just starting the journey that's the hard part for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many ideas that I was like, if I could do this, I could do that, and then I'm like, but sitting here and doing nothing is so much more comfortable.
It's like sometimes I'm with you on that. Like that is one of the things that I have learned is that I should not feel guilty about a down day, you know, about just taking a chill day, taking a day to
Mm-hmm.
just like I don't always have to be on it. Like you don't always have to be on it. It sometimes just for mental health, just to refresh yourself and energize yourself and give your creativity a boost and just you need those chill down kind of days because I
Mm-hmm.
can guarantee you because it's been there done that if you don't take that time for yourself, if you don't take a little downtime here and there, your body will revolt against you and force you to. Yes, it will.
Oh
Like,
hell yeah,
don't.
it will.
Oh hell yeah! Don't put yourself in that position to where you're forced into it. Like, try to do it regularly. It's much easier, and you have more control. Like, it doesn't interfere
Mm-hmm.
with your life and your schedule as much. Hey, Sin and Purple and Grace and
Hasten.
Jin. Thanks for
Mm-hmm.
joining. And in Purple, put a reminder in there. We do have quite a few viewers up there. Hello, everybody out there in the what do you call it? The internet sphere or whatever in the
The
cosmos. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Hi.
in the void of everywhere and
Yeah.
nowhere at the same time.
Don't be afraid to join us in the comments or in the chat. We don't bite. Like, we only pick on people a little bit here and there, but they survive. We haven't done anybody in yet. And if you're still uncomfortable about it, meet us in the comments because we'd love to hear from you. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Wanda. Hope you're well, love. Good to see you. Hope you're hanging in there. Yep. Well, oh, it's good to see you, Sin. What did you make today? We were talking about food, and then you showed up. You just missed it. Like, I
Mm.
did a really bad thing, Sin. You're gonna be disappointed in me.
Or incredibly proud of her.
I ate fast food and I'm suffering. Rekkr says now I have only one brain cell until it's over with.
Yep. That's what fast food does.
All right. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try. Okay. Oh, good. We get to read. So,
Yes.
actually, Robert Greene, when he talks about this subject of keeping everything to ourselves as far as how we do it, don't let people know the magic that is you, right, Rek? Like, don't let them know how you do it. Just make it all a mystery, which I kind of understand, but I take it with a grain of salt, like, because I mean, it's some of the stuff that we do is really not that difficult. You've got to be consistent and everything. And I still do believe it's how you do it when you put your personal charm on it and you do it your way that makes it
Mm-hmm.
unique for yourself. Like some of the processes could be shared, you know.
Well,
Well,
it's very specific in how in like when you don't show it and when you do show it, because there are absolutely times when you should show how hard you've worked for on something.
mhm. Well, I guess it depends on what you're doing too, because there's if we just use YouTube as a reference, like it depends on the kind of content you're putting out and stuff like that. If it's like
Mm-hmm.
a variety type commentary, like say like my What the F in our mayhem shows that we've done together, those are a little loosely put together and they've got like general topic ideas and articles and stuff like that. It's a little free flowing, right? Like so like it that more depends on like your craft as far as how you approach things and all, which you keep to yourself. Like nobody actually devolves like when I read an article, think about these or like I'm going to attack it this way and stuff like that. But then there's the true crime stuff I do, and everybody knows like there's a certain way you got to do that, the way that I present that or put it in a like you got to do the research, like you have to put the facts out there. You can't be just it's not like writing a novel or putting out a poem or something like that. There's like total creativity and everything. There's a process to it. There's like A to B, A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you put your own spin on it. Obviously, I would love to think that
Absolutely.
like I mean, hey, your ego could take over, and I could sit here and go, nobody could do it like I do it. Like no. Like it takes me to be able to do it like that. But it's not true. It's just not true. It's just
Well,
like I
I
can't even
mean,
say it straight face because
it is kind of true, though. Name
it's not.
another YouTuber that does it like you.
There's probably plenty out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's what I thought.
What? There's probably plenty of them out there. Like, there's
Probably.
thousands. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of true crime channels.
Yes, but name one that does it like you.
Um. Well, now I have to admit I don't watch a lot of true crime channels because I don't know who they are. But I do watch a few, and there are some that I really like. Like there are the closest one I could think that sticking to the facts and like does it like with a real in depth research and all of that. It would be Gisela from Grizzly True Crime.
Mm.
There, I named one. There you go.
Yeah, we go.
And she's huge.
Fair.
She's huge. She's like almost got 1 million subscribers. Like she's huge. Yeah.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there's people that do it similar. No, nobody's going to do it exactly because they're not you. Like because your personality and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to believe, and I have to believe. Don't take this away from me now, Rekkr. I have to believe that there are other true crime channels that actually read the documents and go by facts. I mean,
I'm taking that away from you.
I do get jaded that there are quite a few that don't. That just do whatever.
Quite a few.
Yeah,
quite a few.
Yeah, the majority. Okay.
90% is quite a few.
Yes.
We could go 99%. It'd probably still be accurate.
No, stop it. They at least look at the headlines. Come on, like stop. That you're gonna get me in so much.
They look at the headline. They look at the headline.
You're gonna get me.
They
in so
look at the
much
head.
trouble.
This is news to me. I've seen some of these channels. I'm surprised they even look at anything to do with the news and don't just.
Hey, we are not here to bash the true crime community. I love many parts
We
of
aren't.
the community.
I am.
Stop. Just stop it. Like just because I had fast food today and have only one brain cell, you don't get to just ruin my week. Because please don't send the DMs. It's not me saying this, it's Rekkr. And you can reach him in his DMs. Just go over to him.
Please do. Please. If you want to go at someone, absolutely. Come at me.
I understand what you're saying. Like there are many of them that turn it as very commercialized. They do sensationalism. They forget about the victims and the victims' families and stuff like that. And I mean, even myself, I feel very bad because like it was brought to my attention when posting some pictures of victims in regards to the Gilgo Beach serial killer. That one of the pictures wasn't even in a family approved picture. It was like a sketch of a mugshot of one of them, and it was offensive to them. I was guilty of it, and I'm very like I did it like without even realizing that I did it. You know what I mean? And it just really made me take pause. Mistake. No, but it makes me take pause because even after it was brought to my attention, I failed to realize that that was the picture they were talking about. Because to me, it looked just like a sketch, you know what I mean, of
Mm-hmm.
somebody. And so I didn't like realize like what it was, and I'm just, that's not paying attention. That's not being very, like, very focused and, you know, but
Well,
then there are others that I have called out. I mean, this isn't news to anybody. I have called out people who will post autopsy. When we were covering Letitia Stouch's trial, there was a YouTuber who actually posted the autopsy pictures of the child. Okay, and then when they got called out about it, they went and they did a private screening for members only to show those pictures. And I thought that was the most offensive thing. Like, that was just re-victimizing the victim and their family. It was not something that should be put out there. It
well,
wasn't public knowledge. They grabbed it from the actual courtroom, accidentally showed it on the screen. Like, the camera that was doing the courtroom feed actually showed it on the screen, and they grabbed it from there and then they re-showed it in, pulled it from files and stuff. It's
to be
just
fair, that is flat. Isn't that flat out illegal?
not if they didn't do a disclaimer. Like, like, I take pause when the judge actually says something like, any recording of this, audio
It's
and video and audio recording of this hearing is prohibited. Like, I won't even re-show it, even though I
but
know
it
it's
was a
out on YouTube by a certain source. I know they have permission, and I just heard the judge says nobody else does. Like, you know what
I
I
th-
mean? Like, so, like, I'm like, whoops, I'm not redo. I don't care. Like, I'm not redoing this one. But
I
yeah.
thought I thought anything to do with children automatically gets basically flagged for not being able to show.
Well, but here's the thing, like, the whole true community, I will say, many people joined me in protesting against that. There were a lot of voices. So, like, when you say 90% are horrible, I don't believe that. I would say 50-50. I think it's a well good divide because often if I'm feeling upset about something, there are plenty of people out there joining me with it from the community. And they did like rise up against this. And I think you don't even need a law about that or to make it illegal. That's just common sense. It's a minor. Number one, we take the
Mm-hmm.
chance to blur minors' pictures out all the time when we can. They didn't choose. They don't have a voice to say, "I don't want to be on the internet." Like, you need to protect them. Um, it's especially in situations like this when you're doing true crime and everything, and something's wrong and somebody's been victimized.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
yeah. I mean, I
I just watch
understand.
from the nosebleeds, so
Yeah, but
you
I
know.
understand the need for everybody to get the facts and everything like that. And some of them are pretty gruesome. And we all want to, there's that thing, where everybody slows down to see an accident, when you're driving by. We all have that need for the gruesome details and stuff like that. And it's a fine balance. So I don't want to really sound judgmental, but I do try to be careful, but we all make mistakes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we all do, so like when you say like nobody does it like me, that's not true. Like, there's plenty of people that actually do, but I would like to think that I'm unique, but when I'm not, like, there's thousands, there's so many. Like, when it comes to like keeping things to yourself about how you do stuff, it would be like impossible. I mean, I don't, you keep like the apps you use, where you find your information. Well, like when it comes to like what I do with true crime, everybody knows it's a legal document. It's coming from a courthouse or pacer. Like, there's only two places, that it can come from. And I'm even open about what feeds I use for the trial. Because I'm not in the courtroom recording it myself. Whoever recorded it needs to get credit for it. That's just how I am. Like, I'm not going to say,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, I'm going to keep that secret too." Like, I'll share it, you know, whatever. So
Very true.
I am a total transgressor of Law 30. Like, I just can't be bothered to to keep my craft, so to speak, a
What
secret.
it
It's just,
doesn't really work the same on YouTube, and
mhm.
the only things that generally, like, you shouldn't really be showing on YouTube are things like editing the videos, or um like there's even videos that have millions of views of someone learning a new skill, and more often than not, learning a new skill is incredibly boring to watch, but people have found a way to actually make it entertaining.
Mm,
Like,
true.
no one's gonna want to watch someone who's literally just picked up an instrument
True.
for more than a few seconds. At,
It's a yeah.
at
It's few. Yeah, it's true.
um, but
But
it's
I
absolutely
do
going
enjoy
to.
watching your music practice videos. But you've been at it for a while, so like it's a little
Hmm.
different. It's a
Well,
little different. Yeah.
people absolutely take the time to watch someone who is a seasoned musician pick up a new piece of music and learn the new piece of music,
Mm-hmm.
because they because watching someone who's already incredibly skilled at performing something at a high level,
Mm-hmm.
you're not sitting there for like an hour for them to get into a song, get like 3 bars into a song.
True.
You're sitting there for maybe 20, 30 minutes while they learn an entire 3 minutes of music in in that short amount of time.
Yeah, it's not like they're just plucking out the key for a half hour, like trying to find the
Yeah,
key that they're going to play. Yeah, I get it.
it's
I
like
hear what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, they're not trying to go, okay, that's a C note. Where's the C? Where's this? That's a
Yeah. No.
D.
No. No. But like
Mm,
yeah. I mean, everybody does it everything just a little bit different. I do understand like not wanting to give your secrets away, like how you do it and stuff. Well, then again, I benefit from all of that information when I first came out here on YouTube, learning like even from yourself, learning audio. In You were quite instrumental in helping me with my audio and things that I could do to make things better. In learning video, I had to ask a million questions of a million people to learn how to
mm,
edit and do video. It's just like, and so people do share the information, and I'm grateful. Like if I followed Law 30, like I'd be nowhere. And if everybody else followed Law 30 like this, I would definitely be nowhere. Like from the people that helped share information with me on applications and process and stuff like that, you know. But
absolutely, yeah.
so I guess you're right. YouTube isn't a fair comparison at all.
No,
So
it's not.
we'll have to just depend on Robert Greene's history lesson then. So
Yeah.
would you like to tell us about the Chinese tea ceremony?
Yes. So this chapter once again has no transgression of the law.
Because
Um, I
they
don't know
knew we
why.
were a perfect example of it.
Yeah, yeah.
They knew YouTube in general. Like, yeah, just, there you go.
True. Very true. He had the foresight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like he cares. Like he
Mm-hmm.
cares. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So observance of the law 1. The Japanese tea ceremony, chai no yu, hot water for tea, has origins in ancient times, but it reached its peak refinement in the 16th century under its most renowned practitioner, Sen no Raiku. Although not from a noble family, Raiku rose to great power, becoming the preferred tea master of the Emperor Hideyoshi, and an important advisor on aesthetic and even political matters. For Raiku, the secret of success consist, consisted in appearing natural, concealing the effort behind one's work. One day, Ryuku and his son went to an acquaintance's house for a tea ceremony. On the way in, the son remarked that the lovely antique-looking gate at their house, at their host's house, gave it an evocatively lonely appearance. I don't think so, replied his father. It looks as though it had been brought from some mountain temple a long way off, and as if the labor required to import it must have cost a lot of money. If the owner of the house had put this much effort into one gate, it would show in his tea ceremony. And indeed, Senno Ryuku had to leave the ceremony early, unable to endure the affectation and effort it inadvertently revealed. On another evening, while having tea at a friend's house, Ryuku saw his host go outside, hold up a lantern in the darkness, cut a lemon off a tree, and bring it in. This charmed Ryuku. The host needed a relish for the dish he was serving, and had spontaneously gone outside to get one. But when the man offered the lemon with some Osaka rice cake, Ryuku realized that he had planned the cutting of the lemon all along, to go with this expensive delicacy. The gesture no longer seemed spontaneous. It was a way for the host to prove his cleverness. He had accidentally revealed how hard he was trying. Having seen enough, Ryuku politely declined the cake, excused himself, and left. Emperor Hideyoshi once planned to visit Ryuku for a tea ceremony. On the night before he was to come, snow began to fall. Thinking quickly, Ryuku laid cushions that fit exactly on each of the stepping stones that led through the garden to his house. Just before dawn, he rose, saw that it had stopped snowing, and carefully removed the cushions. When Hideyoshi arrived, he marveled at the simple beauty of the sight. A perfectly round stepping stone, unencumbered by snow, and noticed how it had called no attention to the manner in which Ryuku had accomplished it, but only to the polite gesture itself. After Senno Ryuku died, his idea had a profound influence on the practice of the tea ceremony. The Tokugawa shogun Yorinobu, son of the great emperor Ieyasu, was a student of Ryuku's teaching. In his garden, he had a stone lantern by a famous master, the Lord Saki Tadakatsu. There we go. And Lord Saki Tadakatsu asked if he could come by one day to see it. Yorinobu replied that he would be honored, and commanded his gardeners to put everything in order for the visit. These gardeners, unfamiliar with the precepts of Chai no Yu, thought the stone lantern misshapen, its window being too small for the present taste. They had a local workman enlarge the window. A few days before Lord Shika's visit, Yorinobu toured the garden, and when he saw the altered windows, he exploded with rage, ready to impale on his sword the fool who ruined the lantern, upsetting its natural grace and destroying the whole purpose of Lord Sakai's visit. When Yorinobu calmed down, however, he remembered that he had originally brought 2 of the lanterns, and that the second was in his garden on the island of Kishiu. At great expense, he hired a whaleboat and the finest rowers he could find, ordering them to bring the lantern to him within 2 days. A difficult feat at best, but the sailors rowed day and night, and with the luck of a good wind they arrived just in time. To Yorinobu's delight, the stone lantern was more magnificent than the first, for it had stood untouched for 20 years in a bamboo thicket, acquiring a brilliant antique appearance and a delicate covering of moss. When Lord Shikari arrived, later that same day, he was awed by the lantern, which was more magnificent than he had imagined, so graceful and at one with the elements. Fortunately, he had no idea what time and effort it had cost Yorinobu to create this sublime effect. Interpretation. To Senno Ryuku, the sudden appearance of something naturally, almost accidentally graceful was the height of beauty. This beauty came without warning and seemed effortless. Nature created such things by its own laws and processes, but men had to create their effects through labor and contrivance. And when they showed the effort of producing the effect was spoiled. The gate came from too far away. The cutting of the lemon looked too contrived. You will often have to use tricks and ingenuity to create your effects. The cushions in the snow, the men rowing all night. But your audience must never suspect the work or the thinking that has gone into them. Nature does not reveal its tricks, and what imitates nature by appearing effortless approximates nature's beauty.
That's so true, right? Because like the things in nature, even as amazing as things that happen in nature are, like they appear effortless and just like secret, like just there.
Talking about something about nature appearing effortlessly beautiful, that actually made me think of something. Let me see if I can find it. Because the idea that there is a natural beauty in what is natural in nature, it is. I mean, it's true. There's not just beauty in the sublime. There's also beauty in the chaos, like for instance, a storm. If you look at
True.
it from space, it's beautiful. The clouds, the way it swirls, and the way that just in the mass of it.
The thunderous waves.
Tornadoes can even look beautiful in a way.
If you're not terrified.
Water spouts. Yeah. Water spouts are. Yeah.
God, yeah, I get that. Like often we, the majestic of the thunderous waves crashing on the shore with a storm. Like I live near the shore, so I know that's a big thing. Everybody run down there to see. Just thinking it's amazing and beautiful. Lightning storms, thunders, crashing down, as dangerous as it is. We all think it's like just beautiful, amazing. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Even in the chaos, in the dangerous, the beauty. Yeah. Well.
Okay, let me see if I can get this to open up. Come on. Open image, new tab. Okay. This here is something completely natural that nature has created that in a way looks effortless. May I bring it up?
Oh yeah, just take down the.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Go right ahead. You have powers, you can do it. Oh, look at that! Right through a stone. Look at that. Yep. It's hard to see because it's like long compared to the black, but I could do this here. There you go.
There we
go. I can do that. If I take us off, look at that, growing right out of a rock like that. It's amazing.
And that is the amount of energy that's required to crack a stone.
Yeah.
Is insane.
and yet
A
still
stone like that
looks
would destroy a tree, but
exactly.
because
But
it happened naturally, the tree was able to to crack, not only crack the stone in half, but grow through it, and it is pretty.
hmm,
It is absolutely pretty.
yeah, it is gorgeous. No, I agree. Let me just put this back over here. Wow. Hmm. Well, yeah, just simple, it cannot be like that tree is definitely observing the law because that tree is not going to tell us the secret of cracking that stone, is it? No,
Nope.
not at all. Not at all. And it's just the mystery of it. It's just beautiful, and they're just like, how does it do that? Well, we often see like the tiny seed that finds its way into a crack in the sidewalk and can just thrive and survive. Like,
Yes.
and eventually the roots will take over and crack that sidewalk somehow, some way, or that brick.
Mm.
Well, yeah. No, you're right. Like even in the chaos of nature, there there is beauty. Like,
Yep.
they definitely not going to tell us how it's done either. No, nature keeps its secrets. Scientists will disagree. They have been trying to find all the secrets of nature forever, and they do a good job. But still, we get amazed. There is always something every day that's coming to light that we get amazed about that they're just figuring out. I would say the
Mm.
wealth of it is still a major mystery, just like the cosmos and space and everything else. Well, yeah,
Yes.
always something, always something. But
There is.
yeah, mm.
Okay.
um,
Shall we do observance too?
I I think I could handle that. I think I can. Reading even with one brain cell should be okay so far today. Okay,
Yes, I'm sure it will
so
be.
all right. So observance of the law two. Another example from Robert Greene on how it's done correctly. The great escape artist Harry Houdini once advertised his act as the impossible possible. And indeed, those who witnessed his dramatic escapes felt that he did on stage contradicted common sense ideas of human capacity. One evening in 1904, an audience of 4,000 Londoners filled a theater to watch Houdini accept the challenge to escape from a pair of manacles billed as the strongest ever invented. They contained six set of locks and nine tumblers in each cuff. A Birmingham maker had spent 5 years constructing them. Experts who examined them said they had never seen anything so intricate, and this intricacy was thought to make them impossible to escape. The crowd watched the experts secure the manacles on Houdini's wrists. Then the escape artist entered the black cabinet on stage. The minutes went by, and the more time passed, the more certain it seemed that these manacles would be the first to defeat him. At one point, he emerged from the cabinet and asked that the cuffs be temporarily removed so that he could take off his coat because it was hot inside. The challengers refused, suspecting his request was a trick to find out how the locks worked. Undeterred, and without using his hands, Houdini then managed to lift the coat over his shoulders, turn it inside out, remove a penknife from his vest pocket with his teeth, and by moving his head, cut the coat off his arms. Freed from the coat, he stepped back into the cabinet, the audience roaring with approval at his grace and dexterity. Finally, having kept the audience waiting long enough, Houdini emerged from the cabinet a second time, now with his hands free, the manacles raised high in triumph. To this day, no one knows how he managed the escape. Although he had taken close to an hour to free himself, he had never looked concerned, had shown no sign of doubt. Indeed, it seemed by the end that he had drawn out the escape as a way to heighten the drama, to make the audience worry. For there was no sign that the performance had been anything but easy. The complaint about the heat was equally part of the act. The spectators of this and other Houdini performances must have felt he was toying with them. These manacles are nothing, he seemed to say. I could have freed myself a lot sooner, and from a lot worse. Over the years, Houdini escaped from the changed carcass of an embalmed sea monster, a half octopus, half whale like beast that had beached itself near Boston. He had himself sealed inside an enormous envelope from which he emerged without breaking the paper. He passed through brick walls. He wriggled free from straitjackets while dangling high in the air, and he leaped from bridges into icy waters, his hands manacled and his legs in chains. He had himself submerged in glass cases full of water, hands padlocked, while the audience watched in amazement as he worked himself free, struggling for close to an hour, apparently without breathing. Each time he seemed to court certain death, yet survived with superhuman aplomb. Meanwhile, he said nothing about his methods, gave no clues as to how he accomplished any of his tricks. He left his audiences and critics speculating, his power and reputation enhanced by their struggles with the inexplicable. Perhaps the most baffling trick of all was making a 10,000-pound elephant disappear before an audience's eyes, a feat he repeated on stage for over 19 weeks. No one has ever really explained how he did this, for in the auditorium where he performed the trick, there was simply nowhere for an elephant to hide. The effortlessness of Houdini's escapes led some to think he used occult forces, his superior psychic abilities giving him special control over his body. But a German escape artist named Clopini claimed to know Houdini's secret. He simply used elaborate gadgets. Clopini also claimed to have defeated Houdini in a handcuff challenge in Holland. Houdini did not mind all kinds of speculation floating around about his methods, but he would not tolerate an outright lie. And in 1902, he challenged Clopini to a handcuff duel, and Clopini accepted. Through a spy, he found out the secret word to unlock a pair of French combination lock cuffs that Houdini liked to use, and his plan was to choose these cuffs to escape from on stage. This would definitely debunk Houdini. His genius simply lay in the use of mechanical gadgets. On the night of the challenge, just as Clopini had planned, Houdini offered him a choice of cuffs, and he selected the ones with the combination lock. He was even able to disappear with them behind a screen to make a quick test and reemerged seconds later, confident of his victory. Acting as if he sensed fraud, Houdini refused to lock Clopini in the cuffs. The two men argued and began to fight, even wrestling with each other on stage. And after a few minutes of this, an apparently angry, frustrated Houdini gave up and locked Clopini in the cuffs. For the next few minutes, Clopini strained to get free. Something was wrong. Minutes earlier, he had opened the cuffs behind the screen, but now the same code no longer worked. He sweated, racking his brains. Hours went by, and the audience left, and finally, an exhausted and humiliated Clopini gave up and asked to be released. The cuffs that Clopini himself had opened behind the screen with the words clefs, Clefs, the French word for keys, now clicked open only with the word fraud, Fraud.
Hmm.
Clopini never figured out how Houdini had accomplished this uncanny feat. That was very good of him. Damn, damn. Although we do not know for certain how Houdini accomplished many of his most ingenious escapes, one thing is clear. It wasn't the occult or any kind of magic that gave him his powers, but hard work and endless practice, all of which he carefully concealed from the world. Houdini never left anything to chance. Day and night he studied the workings of locks, researched centuries old sleight of hand tricks, pored over books on mechanics, whatever he could use. Every moment not spent researching, he spent working his body, keeping himself exceptionally limber, and learning how to control his muscles and his breathing. Early on in Houdini's career, an old Japanese performer whom he toured with taught him an ancient trick: how to swallow an ivory ball, then bring it back up. He practiced this endlessly with a small peeled potato tied to a string. Up and down he would manipulate the potato with his throat muscles until they were strong enough to move it without the string. The organizers of the London Handcuff Challenge had searched Houdini's body thoroughly beforehand, but no one could check the inside of his throat, where he could have concealed small tools to help him escape. Even so, Clopini was fundamentally wrong. It was not Houdini's tools, but his practice, work, and research that made his escapes possible. Clopini, in fact, was completely outwitted by Houdini, who set the whole thing up. He let his opponent learn the code to the French cuffs, then baited him into choosing those cuffs on stage. Then, during the two men's tussle, the dexterous Houdini was able to change the code to fraud. He had spent weeks practicing this trick, but the audience saw none of the sweat and toil behind the scenes. Nor was Houdini ever nervous. He induced nervousness in others. He deliberately dragged out the time it would take to escape as a way of heightening the drama and making an audience squirm. His escapes from death, always graceful and easy, made him look like a Superman. As a person of power, you must research and practice endlessly before appearing in public, on stage, or anywhere else. Never expose the sweat and labor behind your poise. Some think such exposure will demonstrate their diligence and honesty, but it actually just makes them look weaker. As if anyone who practiced and worked at it could do what they had done, or as if they weren't really up for the job. Keep your effort and your tricks to yourself, and you seem to have the grace and ease of a god. One never sees the source of God's power revealed. One only sees its effects. Hmm. That's pretty clever of Houdini. I mean,
It is
the
very
elephant.
clever.
I mean, to this day, the elephant thing is just amazing.
I believe it was a turntable.
Well, it was on a turntable. I know that because it spun around.
No, I mean the whole audience was on a turntable, if I remember correctly. So he actually just turns very slowly the turntable, so no one actually notices it at
Well,
all.
yes, and they said it was also mirrors like that made the elephant
And there's
disappear.
mirrors as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the same way that who was the guy that made the Statue of Liberty disappear?
Oh, David Copperfield.
Yeah, David Copperfield. That's how David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear. Everyone was on a giant turntable that turned really slowly, so it looked like
So you didn't know you were moving, and then all of a sudden it
Mm-hmm.
was gone. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, nobody knows exactly what he used. They haven't confirmed any of that. They're just saying that that's how it would be possible to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because like he didn't have the opportunity that David Copperfield had to actually make the stage. He was performing in a theater that was already created. So the only thing that he could turn and use the mirrors on would be the cabinet that he had the elephant in, right? Or the stage
Possibly,
itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, it's a challenge. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people that wrote articles on it and plenty of stories to tell and have figured it out, or think they have figured it out. But the point is that Houdini never said and never would whether they were right or they were wrong or never weighed in on any of it. He's just not
Mm-hmm.
speaking on it at all. Like never did. And I guess that's what Robert Greene would like us to do. Just not talk on it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let let the magic be the magic. And that's often like what we want anyway. Even if we say we want to know the answer to the trick, we really don't,
Mm-hmm.
because then you lose the magic
Yes, you do.
and
You.
a trick becomes benign then.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So the quote for this section is, a line of poetry will take us hours maybe. Yet if it does not seem a moment's thought, all stitching and unstitching has been for naught. And that's from Adam's Curse by William Butler Yeats
And he
in
made
the
it
18th
rhyme.
century. And he made it rhyme because it's poetry. Like sometimes
Mm-hmm.
poetry actually rhymes. Yeah. And sometimes our chat is like very funny. When we said about when you said who made the Statue of Liberty disappear, one of our chatters said Donald Trump. And I get the inference. I
I
truly
like the
do.
double entendre.
I love the double entendre there. Like I get it, scene, and you're absolutely right. It's like not only did she disappear, she ran away screaming.
Mm-hmm. Babbling something in French.
Yeah, this is true. See, you have to look behind the trick, the magic, and admire the craft and execution of it. Yes, that's where the uniqueness is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because anyone can learn the trick, but it's the performance of the trick and everything you put into it, and like you said, the craft in execution of it. You know, that
Mm-hmm.
really takes over. So, what are the core ideas here of Law 30? What is Green trying to tell us here, Justin?
Well, that's simple. What he's asking is to make things look effortless, make difficult actions look naturally easy, hide practice, planning, and struggle behind closed doors, never over explain how you did it. Mystery increases your aura of power. An aura is always a good thing to have.
Mm,
Acts Act as if you could easily do it even more if you wanted to. And then do not teach people your tricks, or they will copy and undermine you.
this is true.
And then you lose all your aura.
Yes, it's true.
And no one
It's
wants to
true.
lose their aura.
No. Hmm. Nope. Not at all. Like once they know about it, that's it. So, so let's look at like that's the hard thing to try to pick like the examples of whether people are readily using craft and talking about stuff or not. Like was a little difficult. I'll be honest. I had a hard time wrapping my mind around what would be modern examples of this. In can only come up with generalizations, right? Like it's really hard to be specific. Um, but I mean, some of the AIs were able to help narrow that down. Like with
Mm-hmm.
the two examples here of Beyonce and Taylor Swift, of course, Um, like Beyonce, she makes everything look effortless, but nobody sees the years of practice in singing and dance that she did, or heavy
Mm-hmm.
rehearsals and strategies, dance routines, stage production. All of that is hidden from the public, as it is with not just Beyonce. Like they're just using that as an example. Well, with all of those in entertainment. All of that is
Mm-hmm.
hidden from us. The days and days of work that they have to put in, the hours of practice, the years of practice before in learning their craft, whether
Mm-hmm.
it be with a musical instrument or with singing, performance, whether it be with dance, or composing or production, you know, uh, we don't get to see all of that part, right? You know,
Mm-hmm. And
uh, go ahead.
actually, I I can reveal a little secret for a lot of music performance and performances on stage. You know, all of those amazingly spectacular, high energy shows where the singer might be like flying through the air and singing beautifully at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That's lip syncing. Well,
Oh,
they're
well,
miming
no, wait, no,
completely.
Pink didn't though.
And I was just about to say, the only person that I know for a fact that I haven't seen do it is Pink.
And
But
she actually
the
learned
amount,
to do that like from scratch, like flying up in the air and all. She had to like she never had done anything like that. She actually took it seriously, and that was weeks and months of practice to learn how to get her body to do all of that up there in the air.
mm-hmm, the amount of, the amount of, uh, the amount of time and effort that is required to train your body to be able to do that is crazy. But yeah, most of the time, if you see someone doing that kind of performance where they're like flying through the air and stuff, they're miming to it's probably like it probably is a live recording. So like
Mm-hmm.
probably during one of their rehearsals, they recorded one of the practices and they're just replaying that practice rehearsal. So
Exactly.
technically you are hearing them live, so they're not
Mm-hmm.
lying to you, but they're just replaying it.
And it
So
is
it's
them, and I think they need to be credit for them. It is them hitting those notes and all. So it's like it's really not disingenuous. It's just enhancing the performance to be more consistent, and to make sure that, well, in essence, that you're getting your ticket value, what you showed up for, right? Like that's how I look at it.
absolutely
Like I don't
because
really get that upset if some parts of something are recorded ahead of time because they recorded it. They're putting together a show to be the best that it can be. And sometimes in life, I mean, I do have it, a special place in my heart for live performance, but not when it's supposed to be a theatrical show type of thing, not when it's supposed to be a grand performance. When I would get upset if I was at a small venue for a live performance acoustically and they had something recorded. I would be really upset. But not when it's like these big production things. I mean, because it's almost impossible to hit that note. I mean, anybody who performs, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rekkr, you would know much more about this than I do. But anyone that could hit that note every single time is a miracle. I mean, to be able to do it every single time is unheard of. And yet that's what's expected when you buy that ticket, is it not? Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So
Well,
like they're
people
just,
don't.
yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
what I've noticed is that subconsciously, at least, people don't generally go to a concert to watch a perfect performance. That most people go to a concert without realizing it to see them fail and see how they actually deal with failing on stage and how they actually recover from it. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you wanted to see a perfect performance, you just listen to the CD.
Well, that's true. But like they
But
are
you listen.
comparing. I don't know if they necessarily are there to see them fail, but they're all very
Okay,
judgmental after the performance on
let,
was it good, was it not, how did it measure up to the album or the CD or something else. Yeah, they're very
let me
they're
put it
very judgmental about it afterwards. I would give you that. Yeah.
let me put it this way. When you go when you go to a concert, you want to hear them sing live, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right?
I'm there for.
And
Yeah.
and when you're actually naturally singing, um you're not perfectly on pitch ever. You're failing continually just to stay on
Mm-hmm.
pitch. Just some people fail a little less to stay on pitch.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what makes the performance so amazing is that they're
I know,
they're
and that's it.
doing
It's
this
right.
and
It's
making and keeping the same energy and keeping
exactly.
everyone entertained.
It's the real deal. Like when you're going for a
Mhm.
live performance, it's not the polished version, it's what they do every day. It's like garage band stuff. Like, it's the raw general deal. That's what I want to see. And like Amber says, you're there for the crowd and for the energy and you're there like to see like their version of what they do like regularly. It's not going to be the album version. It's not the polished version, at all. And on a
No, you
different
wouldn't want
take.
to hear the album version.
No, you're not, because you've already heard that. Like you're there for
Mm-hmm.
like what is like where did this come from? What is this band or what is this performer all about? Where's their rawness? Where's the real deal with this guy? Kind of thing. And I get that. And I like this take that Jin has on here, just to twist it a little bit more. Is
You mean Sin?
uh Sin, yes. What did I say? I'm sorry.
Jin.
I'm sorry. I meant Sin. Sorry, Jin. Sorry, Sin. Like, but I'm rhyming, so give me some credit. Like I'm at least entertaining
Yes.
about it. Okay. I can. He says I can give an example of the opposite, if I may. It's a bit of a disenchanting of a magic trick. So be warned. People think professional cooking to be high quality stuff and lots of secrets involved. Most of the time, all it takes is the knowledge to turn scraps and some tomato puree to get a fantastic dish. It's making almost dirt to nearly gold. And I get that, because if you have the techniques, like I like to cook myself, and I understand what you're saying there, Sin. Like if you can accomplish the practice of the techniques, nobody sees you doing all of that stuff. Knowing the 5 sauces, knowing the proper way to do this, knowing what goes with what. It's not magic. It's like knowing the basic skills to be able to turn anything into anything. And I get it.
There's
It
a,
looks like magic and it's delicious, and it
there's actually
generates
a
mystery too. Yes, I agree. I agree, Sini. Sorry I got the name wrong. I didn't. Yeah.
there's actually a dish that perfectly represents that as well. It's a 3 Michelin star mashed potatoes. And you know how you're normally meant to use the potatoes that make really fluffy mashed potato?
I
Because
know
that's what you
you
want?
talked about this, finding that perfect
Yes.
potato, and there's this one kind of potato that this
There's
Michelin star chef said makes the best mashed potato, and that's what makes it
and
perfect.
it's the
Yeah.
complete opposite kind of potato. It's called a rat potato, and it's actually more waxy than it is more than the traditional fluffy than what you get with like potato chips and normal mashed potato. The
No,
rat potato.
I get that, but I can assure you that I could make you mashed potatoes that you would drool for. And I don't have to go to the ends of the earth to find a rat potato.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But
absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like so, like
Oh,
it's all in
100%.
the yeah. I don't think like
But
you.
it it exemplifies that, you'll get this amazing dish of mashed potatoes thinking, oh, they've used the most fluffy potatoes, or this the
No.
the the most tender of potatoes, when really they've chosen a potato that's on the complete opposite side of what you should be using.
And then all the stuff he has to do to it to make it into the best mashed
Mm-hmm.
potatoes is just like, but this kind of the thing that goes with it is just that the Michelin star chef is just it's an exercise in like, let me just show you that I know a hell of a lot more than you as far as like traditional cooking skills, like this, that, the other thing. They can turn anything into anything. Like they can
Mm-hmm.
take the magic of that kind of cooking with all the practice and knowing the sauces, knowing all the different techniques and stuff like that, is that you can, like Sin said, you can turn dirt into gold, edible
Mm-hmm.
gold, absolutely edible gold, and make people like it, crave it, want it, and want to do it, you know. So yes, and Sin agrees that the rat is a great potato, but like I don't know. I can't find them, so there's that. Like I don't care. Like, I don't, you know,
That's fair.
yeah. So I don't know, but no, but I get it. Like I get it. Like cooking is one of those things. Like if you get the techniques and all that, and you don't tell people about the hours of practice or what you studied or learning all the perfect spice blends and flavor profiles of different cuisines and stuff like that. But they all build your confidence. And a lot of cooking is about confidence and combining and taking chances, you know.
Most
Some
performances are.
yeah, some of the best cooking I do is just open the refrigerator, see what's there, and just try to use up stuff. Like seriously. Seen, I learned flavor profiles like Italian, like I know the, like, Mexican, Thai. I know the flavor profiles so that if I want to turn some leftover chicken into something Thai based, like I know the flavor profiles to add. That's what I'm talking about, the flavor profiles. Like in Mexican, people always leave oregano out, and it's one of the flavor profiles that should be in there. Like they're always leaving it out, but it's very common. There's a Mediterranean one, an Italian one. Like in American, it would just be salt and fat. But, yeah, I know you're a prodigy. Yeah, but yeah. Well, anyway, it always turns into cooking. I could talk about food like forever. When we start talking about food, by the way, my stomach ache is going away. I think I'm feeling better. Have you noticed I spried up? I don't know what happened.
Yes.
I think the big lump in my belly busted. Yeah.
I think the brain cells are dividing back into their separate parts.
Thank God I'm not poisoned forever.
Mitosis?
I don't know. Can you hold on 1 second?
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's mitosis. What is it called? Okay. What is it called when a cell divides?
I'll be gone by the time,
It says cell divide. It says side. Apparently, my mouth doesn't want to make the words properly. It says cell division. Mitosis is a type of cell division, and there's cytokinesis.
Okay, but all of this is sounding like I've got some deadly disease. Am I going to be okay? Like, what are these? What is?
No, you don't have a deadly disease.
Okay, all right. Because I am starting to feel better. Like, yeah.
Excellent.
It's the meiosis is. Oh. Wait, Grace, I can't even say that. It's like this beyond me. Like it's like a tongue twister.
Is my ovaries. Mitosis is mitoses.
I'm just kidding. I don't even know what nuclear fission is. There is
nuclear fusion.
I don't. Is that what he? Is that what he? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I hope I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. But anyway,
you'll be okay. We'll just hook you up to a generator.
Other modern.
You'll be able to boil water better. Because that's pretty much how that's literally the end of all energy. If you ever wanted to know how energy's made, it's literally different ways of boiling water.
That's
magical,
crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything comes down to boiling water.
And don't watch it. It never comes to a boil if you watch it.
Yeah, never watch a nuclear reactor working, because otherwise it won't generate any energy.
Okay. Well, another, like, just generalizations for modern examples besides like cooking, like top surgeons or lawyers who are very calm in high stress situations, presenting decisions straightforward, like it says, making clients feel they're in their hands of a natural expert, like some kind of gift, right? Athletes who make all those fantastic moves and do these things that are not even possible, make it look natural. And then, like, when you talk about it later and they're so damn humble about it, it was nothing. It's just like, creating to that mystique. Like, I get that. I get that, the humbleness of it.
Or, like, for instance, there's an archery guy that I know who got the nickname Mr. Perfect because he managed to clear a perfect, it was like a 900 out of 900 arrows and then another 300 to win the competition. So he got a perfect score. And during his interview, he's like, oh yeah, the bow wasn't even set up properly. It wasn't my bow. And you're just sitting there like,
With your mouth open, going, "What? Like what?"
well,
Yeah,
why don't you just, you know, go and be perfect somewhere else?
yeah, because he's like superhuman now, right? Yeah, like
It was
you
the
know.
worst thing to happen to him actually. Because after he got the nickname Mr. Perfect, he crumbled so badly.
We just watched him in an archery competition, didn't we? He didn't
Hmm.
even
He's
make
gotten
it
a
to the
lot.
final round. Like
No,
right? He didn't make it. Like I was like surprised.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's managed to overcome it now though, which is good. But when it
I mean,
first
he's
happened,
still
it was
really,
yeah.
really good. Like he's
Oh,
still
he is still
excellent.
in the top. I think top three. I think he's either number two. He frequently becomes number one or the second, like consistently.
Listen, like everybody, you can get a perfect score, but you're not going to get a perfect score every time. It's just life. And, we can aim to hit
Exactly.
it because like they are rare. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't want that nomiker. I wouldn't want that like being attached to me, Mr. Perfect.
Oh,
Like that's too much pressure.
actually,
I can't stand the pressure of just even people like just like regular.
uh,
I can't.
on a s-
I can't. Yeah.
on a side note,
Mm.
Sin, wind energy absolutely does need water to boil because those people that are keeping the wind turbines working properly are drinking tons of coffee
Yeah.
and they
And you
need
need
that
coffee.
water boiling.
And you
Mm-hmm.
need water for coffee. This is true.
Yep.
This is true. Somehow,
It
some way, you need water. See,
yep. It all
somehow.
comes down to boiling water every time.
Mm. Or water in general. The life force. There's a reason water is life force, right? Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So now let's move to the next one and just talk about the failures, the transgressions. Okay. Like, mm, like oversharing, behind the scenes drama, burnout, failed deals, uh, making all the wins that some influencers get feel less impressive in like accidental.
Having a public meltdown
To be
like
honest,
a
I
lot of
think if you
influencers do.
but influencers in general, I think their popularity is all by accident. Like it's just,
Oh, 100%.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
often I am
is
looking
a
at
little bit.
someone trying to figure out how they got so famous and why people care what they're talking, what they're saying. Like, buy this product, do this, like I do this, so you should do that. And I'm like, why? What makes you an expert at this? Like, why? Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Anyway. My favorite is though really business is those managers who always are panicking and complaining about workload and blaming pressure before delivering any results, signaling strain rather than effortless competence. Like they're constantly talking about how it's so hard to achieve something that you pretty much are like they're not going to achieve it. You're just like you're actually amazed that they actually accomplished anything. Like at
And
least
and
me,
whenever
yeah.
you go in, and whenever you go into their office, they're always like one or two steps away from just putting their feet up.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like they're not
Yep.
actually doing anything.
They're always
Yes.
complaining about how
Ah,
difficult things are, but you walk
you've
into
been
their
peeking.
office.
Yeah, you've been peeking into my consulting business, haven't you? Like there's plenty of people like that I have run into like this all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like,
Mm.
oh, I'm working night and day. It's like, yeah, working night and day, lifting that coffee cup up to your mouth and down again, right?
Or the manager or the manager that says they just don't have time to complete a project and you look back and you see they took 3 days off the week before.
Mm-hmm. For no reason and on short notice.
Yeah, they don't like me much, those kind of managers, because I'll be the one going, yeah, well, like it was like, gosh, that's just too much for anybody to get done in 1 week. And like, yeah, like, well, of course, if you think a week is only 2 days, I can see where you're coming from, but most people work 5. So,
Mm-hmm.
dude, like, I don't care what you got to do. Like, you took 3 days off. Now work the weekend and get it done because the deadline's Monday and it's not moving. Like, that's my
Exactly.
conversation to that manager on Friday. I'm not very popular, no, but I do produce for my clients, and that's the goal. Like, my client wants it by Monday. My client gets it by Monday. I don't want to hear about your personal problems. Like, I don't. Or the worst thing I could say to them is like, and the other part of that is, and if you can't do it, I'll reassign it. And they don't want that. They don't want that. It's like the worst thing. Because once I reassign something you were supposed to do to somebody else, I never give you anything to do again. Like, you kind of just fall off the radar. You just like, it's like, that's it. You're gone. Yeah. Yeah. No, but hey, my job is to make sure the client gets what they want, right? And gets it on a timely manner, and that I meet whatever expectations have been laid out by the client. That we do everything we can to meet those. Like, so I don't want to hear about like all these reasons why they can't, because the end result is they can't. So get out of the way. Let me find somebody who can. Like, I don't have time for this.
Exactly. No one cares
Yeah.
about how hard
Nobody
it
cares.
is. They just want the results.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about how hard it is. I want to see the results.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if you've got to stand there and tell me how hard it is to praise yourself before I get to praise you, I'm not going to bother to praise you. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Even if I do think it was a really tough job in that you had to actually jump through hoops to do it. If you spend all that time trying to convince me about how hard it was and all this stuff you did, why should I bother like adding to it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so seriously, I guess I'm a terrible boss. I'm a terrible boss. Nobody wants to work for
Or
me.
an effective one.
I'm an effective consultant. I'm horrible to work for, but I'm great to work with. But I'm horrible to work for. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
That's why I always work with you.
Yes, you don't want to work for me. Nobody works for me anymore, thank God. All right, I'm gonna let you read our image and authority as usual.
Okay. So, the image, the racehorse from up close, we would see the strain, the effort to control the horse, the labored, painful breathing. But from the distance where we sit and watch, it is all gracefulness, flying through the air, keeping others at a distance, and they will only see the ease with which you move. And authority. For whatever action nonchalance accompanies, no matter how trivial it is, it not only reveals the skill of the person doing it, but also very often causes it to be considered far greater than it really is. This is because it makes the onlookers believe that a man who performs well with so much facility must possess even greater skill than he does. Balthazar
Castiglione.
Castiglione, 1478 to 1529.
You
Yes,
bring it on the Italian, get you through every time, right?
I haven't quite mastered the effortlessness of reading out loud yet.
No, but just you got to bring on the Italian with some of these names, and it just like it helps. It really does, doesn't it? Like we're trying to pronounce it correctly. Yeah, I have no shame. Like I do it all the time. Believe me. So moving right along. Like these are some interesting questions. You want to do every other one, or what do you think?
Yeah, let's do every other one.
All right. May I start?
Mm-hmm.
All right. When does looking effortless feel inspiring, and when does it feel fake?
When you're watching for me, it's always going to come back to musicians. But when you're watching a musician execute, like a guitarist executing a solo or a performance perfectly, that is completely inspiring. And when does it feel fake? When the CD skips in the background and for some reason your vocal line keeps repeating itself while you're live on stage.
Yes,
Ask
that would be kind of obvious. Wait, when you do those performances that look so effortless and make you feel inspired, what really attracts me to that is the human side of it. They do it, it's effortless, they don't even break a sweat, right? But then you catch that gleam in their eye when they turn away and they're like, yes, like I got through it. And they just make that little nuance off to the side that they know they actually
Mm-hmm.
like really accomplished something, and that they were actually human about it and worried, like they didn't just think, oh yeah, this is nothing, let me just do it. They're actually, just that little glint that they acknowledge, that all their hard work and practice like paid off. I like to see that. I do. And that to me feels genuine, you know. I think it actually
Yeah.
feels more fake when they do all of that and then just there's no reaction whatsoever, as if they do it every day like that. Because like maybe it's because I look beyond it and I know there's thousands of hours of practice behind it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're acting all like, you know, like, dude, come on, you're tap dancing in your soul about that one. Come on. Like, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
all right.
Okay. Is hiding your hard work strategic or dishonest? Can be both.
Um, it can be both. I think you really should approach it somewhere in the middle. I really do. As I approach most of Green's lessons, somewhere in the middle is usually the right answer for me.
Mm-hmm.
In my humble opinion, just the way I look at it, somewhere in the middle. You know, um, it's I kind of like this. Like Jin is saying, like for the other one, the counter argument. Who do you admire
Jen?
more? Super Sin. I said Sin, didn't I that time?
No, you said Jen.
Oh, sorry, my tongue. All right. Anyway, Sin says that the counter argument, who do you admire more? Superman, who effortlessly jumps slowly enough to make it look like he can levitate. He can't fly, he just jumps, haha. Or the nurse who saves lives by sacrificing countless hours of their lifetime in long shifts. Um, well, I would say the nurse because everybody knows Superman is fake AF, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the greatest superhero is Spider-Man. That's a real person, not an alien from another planet.
But he can never catch a break.
But that's human and real. I mean, this kid was just bit by a spider and has to deal with these superpowers now from ever. Like, yeah, you can't catch a
He
break.
literally has to watch everyone he cares about die around him.
But this is
He
life.
his entire
Superman.
his in,
This is what makes him the better superhero, Spider-Man.
Oh,
Because, like,
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. But his entire existence is just straight suffering and I'm here for it.
I do. I do. And just the square jaw of Superman always pissed me off. I'm sorry. Like, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, you can't walk around and say you're perfect like that. Like, come on. Who actually stands there like that and goes, I'm like Superman? It doesn't actually become a meme for the rest of their life. Like, come on. Seriously.
Exactly.
I just can't. And he's an alien. That's the only thing that saves us. Like he's not even from here. Like he's not. He's from another planet. But anyway.
Don't let too many people know he's an alien.
Hmm. Oh gosh. Yes. The next one. Have you ever made something look easier than it really was? And what happened? Hmm.
Um Probably. I wouldn't
Hmm.
know. Being me, being humble,
You're so yes. You're so humble. Yeah.
it's, it's just how it is for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, I mean, I know myself pretty well. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses and everything like that. So, like, he's not. He could
Most
be the most humble person in
you're gonna
Australia.
get banned for that one, Sin.
Cities. He lives in New Zealand.
You're you're
Anyway,
you're playing with fire there.
alien. I know, Jin. I know, Jin. I'm not. He knows. I know he do. I know he's baiting you on that when he was trying to rile you up, because I know he knows you're not. You're not an Aussie. You're a Kiwi. Yeah, he knows.
I
Yeah,
mean, if I did move there, I would also be the most humble person in Australia. But
yeah. He said. Remember, like in the other chat, you were begging to be roasted for the music video you just
oh,
put out.
absolutely
He said, "Now you're roasted. You just didn't get it the way you wanted." That's a chef. He's gonna roast the way he wants to roast, not the way you want them to roast.
fair,
Fair.
absolutely fair.
It was perfect, actually. I can't think of when I made anything look easier than it really was. Like doing it on purpose. People accuse me of it all the time. Like, but I'm not doing anything on purpose to make something look easier than it actually is. Um, but like I just talk a lot. This other, I don't have anything for
Hmm.
that one. Yeah. Well, please meet us in the comments if you do. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot. I mean, like Houdini, he made tricks look effortless. Magic tricks look effortless.
Well, you make guitar playing look effortless when you're playing classical, and yet it took hours of practice.
Oh,
Like, and you just like whip
I
it
don't
off.
know.
I don't know. When we first met, I threw classical music at you. You learned it within like 2 days. You came back and played it for me, like flawlessly in like 2 days. So you did, but I don't think you're intentionally trying to make it look effortless. You just put a lot of work into it. Like I didn't see you practicing. So
Mm.
you know, well, it's hard to say.
I make fun of easy. I create dishes with lots of ingredients and toppings, serve it in time, and say easy. When a guest says, "Wow," yeah, exactly. Or you've, I know, another bunch of people that make things look way too easy. People that do those montages of like headshots in first person shooter games, like the effortless, consistent like one headshot, two headshot, three headshot, four headshot. You're just like, what the hell?
Not to say it was 2,000 hours of practice in like 5,000 hours of streaming, like to get those clips, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Okay, next one.
Okay. The next one is, do you respect people more when they show the grind or when they hide it? Why? Um, I mean, as long as the outcome is effective and desirable, I respect them either way. If they want to tell me how hard they worked, then sure, it's not going to make me respect them any more than if they just showed me the result.
Oh yeah, I think it's a dual answer because it really depends on what you're showing up for. Like if I'm to
Hmm.
be entertained, if I'm there for the experience, like if fine dining, a great concert, things that are out of my element, I don't want you to take the mystery away. Don't tell me about the process. Let me just enjoy the result.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a cooking class or if it's like something I want to learn how to do, you know, then yeah, I want to learn a little bit about the process, take a little of the mystery away and show me that it's possible, but I'm still going to think you're better at it. Like um, so I guess it's, as always, just a combination of both. It really depends on what you're there for. Like
Exactly.
if they're there for the experience of it, or it's something that you're not really good at yourself, like you you just want to be in the awe of it. Like you just want to bask in the light of all of it, and I don't want you to take the mystery away. You know.
Exactly.
So can showing vulnerability and struggle over be more powerful than seeming effortless? No.
Yes.
Yes.
It
Okay.
can.
It can?
Yes. Because there are times when people want to see how vulnerable you can be with your struggles. Musicians do it all the time with the obligatory "This Was My Life" album, where they talk about their struggles and
Mm-hmm.
and how they overcame it or how they're still struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Nirvana is a perfect example of someone showing their
Vulnerability.
not Nirvana, Alice in Chains
Oh, well,
is a
even
perfect example of that.
Nirvana too, because they were just
Nirvana
like
too,
they were
but
thrown
I
together,
mean,
three guys, major depression, major
mm,
struggles, major. But you're right, Alice in Chains with Lance Stan. Yes, yes, yes.
mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a
I
terrible
mean,
demise there.
Rooster,
Uh-huh.
um,
Always singing about the struggle, always singing about like tough. But here's the thing. They were singing about the words are all about life in general and not actually musicianship. So here's the thing. While
no,
they're
yeah,
talking about how hard everything is in the struggle, they're not actually talking about how hard the struggle to do the performance is or the hours of practice putting in for songwriting, in learning their instruments and their craft. It's like
mm-hmm.
it's yeah. So you get the struggle, but not exactly what the all of the struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm. And I agree, Sing, that when you are like, because I was an instructor at one point, and it is your responsibility to let them know at the heart that it is difficult, but it is learnable, and that it's possible. Like to actually show the rewards and the possibilities of putting in the work to get something done, but not making it look too easy. Your goal is to make it look possible with effort in with application, like if you apply yourself, right? A
Mm-hmm.
teacher or an instructor. So you have to be honest about it, you know, the hardships and the rewards, not everybody. But music is hard because like not the odds in making it in music are really
It's
against you,
minute.
right?
There
However,
are,
the odds of being accomplished in music are greater because with application and practice you can get there, but you might not
mm-hmm.
be a star. It doesn't mean you're not a great musician. How many great musicians do we know that aren't stars?
One of the greatest quotes I ever heard was in a Jimi Hendrix interview. I think it was um who was it with? It was a talk show host. I think he still
Anyway, just
does
yeah,
it. But basically what he said, the talk show host said, "How does it feel being the greatest guitarist in the world?" And he responded by saying, "Well, I may be the greatest guitarist in the room, but not the world." And
right,
that's like that just show that's I mean the level of self-awareness is amazing.
right,
But
and just
like
bring it
it
back down to, of course, you think I'm great because you don't play, but like
yeah.
there's like 10
Yeah.
guys that I admire that play better than I do. Right,
Yeah, there's
exactly.
like yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that kind of vulnerability you do have.
Mm.
That's where you see massive respect, for that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Where is the line between healthy mystery and manipulative image create crafting?
With the
Uh
public relations team.
how well you execute it.
True. Or pay people to do it for you.
If you there's a few billionaires who do that kind of thing.
No, I mean
But
seriously, the manipulation and image crafting all comes from the team that you build in the brand that you make. In
oh,
like,
absolutely. Like like for instance, Britney Spears is an excellent example of someone who pretty much manipulated her image. Um, because it's common knowledge now that 90% of all her shows were like lip sync.
well,
And
she's not a great singer. Well, she's an excellent performer. The girl,
what
she
yeah,
loves dance.
that's
She put in the hard work for doing a good show. But she's not an excellent singer.
no.
Absolutely.
But yeah, to be fair, you don't go to a Britney Spears concert to listen to her sing spectacularly. You go to a Britney Spears concert to watch her perform. If you went to an
Exactly.
Adele concert, that's an
You
entirely
want to
different
hear
thing.
right. She could just stand there and you would get your money's worth.
And she
Exactly.
does, yeah.
And she does. Like exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's different. It's what you're there to see. So like but that's the difference. And you're getting your money's worth because that's what you're there for. So like you're right. Nobody shows up to, hear her, because she's such a great singer.
Exactly.
She's an excellent dancer. She put a lot of work into it. So
Oh yeah. Uh,
but these child
Michael
performers, I mean, that's
Jackson's
what they
another
do.
good example.
But
Not of actually
he
no, no. He's a good example of someone who makes it look effortless
he is
because he
because he's
put
an all around entertainer.
incredible amounts of effort into stuff.
He does, and he took control of everything, but he was an all around performer too. Like he could
Mm.
sing, write, perform. He played musical instruments. Well, in a way, he put a lot of pressure on himself that way because everything had to be just so.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we didn't get to see all the practice in all of like the
Nope.
effort that he put in, the nights that he didn't sleep, that he's tweaking things and taking care of everything. Well, and then he gets out there and it's all like when he does like how Michael Jackson is known for all the sounds he makes and like that you think are these vocalizations that just happen naturally. They're all
Mm-hmm.
scripted. He like
Oh,
does that
absolutely.
out right. And so like when you look at it that way, you realize the craft was in the practice and knowing what he wanted to do
Mm-hmm.
for hours and hours and hours. And then he gets out there and he does like all of those maneuvers and everything, and it makes it look like the music's just moving him, and the song is just making him enunciate all these sounds and these additions to the music, and it's all scripted. Exactly. Yeah, but you're right. It makes it look effortless, even though he put in thousands of hours of practice, and everything was nuanced and scripted down to the second. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, perfect example, actually. Really. In your own words, what would you change if you stopped talking about how hard it is?
Um. Hmm. Well, I mean, it's not that hard to be humble, so
It just comes naturally to someone, to you. I know.
it's just natural to some people, you know.
I don't know. In your own work, what would you change if you stopped talking about how hard it is? For me, like it would be, I would save a lot of words and breath, I guess. I don't know. Do I
Mm,
talk a lot about how hard it is? I don't know.
I don't
Do
think
I?
so.
No.
No, no.
Mm.
I'm trying to think. Is there anyone? Is there anyone famous who talks about how hard it is?
Logan
I'm
Paul.
sure there are famous people, but
Is it?
like
Doesn't
this is a
Logan Paul
family
talk
show.
how hard about how hard it is to be Logan Paul?
Yeah, actually, there are a lot.
Wait,
There
let me
has
give
been
you.
a few streamers out there who absolutely go, "Oh, you've got no idea how hard it is to be a streamer,
Oh my god,
Hassan."
how hard is it? Oh god, Hassan Abi. Like, oh my god. the hypocrite himself. Like it's so hard to sit there in the chair with a mic there and just be yeah
And
no
just
no
talk.
no. I mean, I do the opposite. I say like, yeah, like, what are you saying? It's so great. It's just it's a woman named Bear with a microphone. Like, that's not a gift. It's just a thing. It's just a hobby. It's not. It's just
Mm-hmm.
what I like. No, like this. Like, yeah, no. I just like it. Like, that's it. Let me think of somebody else. I could go down the list of everybody I don't like, and those are the people that like are making it sound like so hard. Yeah, Andrew Tate. It's so hard to be, perfect. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and and Elon Musk. Being the genius that he is, it's such a tough life that he has. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Um.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Now we go down my list of the favorite. I mean, we could go all the way back to my origins, and we could talk about Death Noodles if you'd like. How hard it is to be the guy that's always misjudged. I mean, he's out there making an ass out of himself, and like the
And then
comedian
he
who's
tried to
not funny. Yeah,
and then he tried to make a roast off thing and it went completely south.
yes. Well,
That was amazing. I think he
yeah.
took one
It
of them
it
down.
is
I can't
Jin.
remember.
Logan Paul complaining about how life is hard. It's so hard to be him because nobody understands him. They don't
You don't
understand his
understand.
intent. Like
You
what it
don't
is he's
understand how hard it is to scam people.
right to actually be called out for scamming people and making it so obvious that you're scamming people and you're just out there trying to make a buck off everything you do. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and like gosh forbid people will actually call you out for it because it's so damn obvious. Like yeah, it's so hard to be Logan Paul. It really is.
Exactly.
I can't
Okay.
get, I can't get away with it. Gosh darn it.
um, let's see. Which public figure right now best embodies this law, and who obviously breaks it? I mean Logan Paul. And
Hmm.
who best?
Who's doing it well? Well, like most. Oh, let's see.
Jazz musicians.
Jazz musicians
Just
are
any jazz musician.
right, and did they just make it look like it's so effortless to just play along with each other? Like,
The,
you're right
there's
there.
there's
Yeah.
there's one sentence that I want to just choke them all to death when I hear it, and it's like, and it's when they say there are no wrong notes. I understand what they mean now, but it took me years to actually get to that point, and it is such a toxic thing to say.
Hmm.
Oh my god, is it toxic?
But then well, those are good example in music. But then you've got like in acting too. Those actors who are more like emotion and character actors who like they don't do you don't really see them doing a lot, but you can like the ones where they can look at the camera and and they can get you to understand what the character is feeling. Like
Jack Sparrow.
right. And James Gandolfini, when he
Mm-hmm.
was in The Sopranos, like big oafy looking kind of guy, but the emotion in his face and in his eyes when he was portraying something, it was really, really good. William Macy is like that, like comedically, like they're just, you know, I gave it away, but I don't know.
Do you know why Jack Sparrow actually wobbles all the time when he walks?
He's drunk.
No,
Well, he
not
was drunk.
entirely.
He was a
I mean,
rum
he was
drinking
he
fool.
was
Yeah.
he was drunk 90% of the time, but that's not actually why. It's actually not one of the reasons why pirates are depicted as being drunk. The
Mm-hmm.
reason why sailors often get depicted as being drunk when they get off a boat is
Mm-hmm.
because being on the sea, you get what is called sea legs.
Oh yeah,
become
the
so
sailors walk.
accustomed to the
Yeah.
rocking and stuff that when you
Okay.
actually get onto land, you're expecting it to rock, so you're kind of like swaying all over the place, looking like a drunken sailor.
All right, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good example. Okay. All right, I get it. It's good. Very, very good. All right, so we're just about at the end of this. Are you ready for the reversal? As if there could be one.
Absolutely.
As if there could be one, right? Well, it's not really a big one, but so Green says in the reversal of this. Let me get to the right page. Sorry, I was almost going to read like 3 pages of the keys to power, just so you know. So, a great way to end it. Inconsistent. Um, so the reversal. The secrecy with which you surround your actions seem lighthearted in spirit. They have to seem lighthearted in spirit. A zeal to conceal your work creates an unpleasant, almost paranoid impression. You are taking the game too seriously. Houdini was careful to make the concealment of his tricks seem a game, all part of the show. So never show your work until it is finished. But if you put too much effort into keeping it under wraps, you'll be like the painter Pontormo, who spent the last years of his life hiding his frescoes from the public eye and only succeeding in driving himself mad. So always keep your sense of humor about yourself. There are also times when revealing the inner workings of your projects can provide be pro- uh, can prove to be worthwhile. It all depends on your audience's taste and how the times in which you operate. Like P.T. Barnum recognized that his public wanted to feel involved in his shows, and that understanding his tricks delighted them. Partly perhaps because implicity debunking people who kept their sources of power hidden from the masses appealed to America's democratic spirit. The public also appreciated the showman's humor and honesty. Barnum took this to the extreme of publicizing his own humbuggery in his popular autobiography, written when his career was at its height. As long as the partial disclosure of tricks and techniques is carefully planned rather than the result of an uncomfortable need to blab, it is the ultimate in cleverness. It gives the audience the illusion of being superior and involved, even while much of what you do remains concealed from them. Well, that actually, that's a good way to do both.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting people to feel involved,
Yeah.
I guess, is it makes them what was I going to say? It makes them feel like they're a part of the overall end result.
Yeah. It brings them in. It definitely brings them in. Yeah. So, well, I think on that, though, we finished the whole presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think this
Yeah,
was a good one. But
I
like
do.
like
Yeah.
all of Green's chapters, I think there's a middle road that needs to be taken, like so that it can be accomplished more broadly to everyday life. You know,
Yes.
yeah. Well, true. Because if you keep everything a secret, of course you could appear manipulative, right? And
Mm-hmm.
if you're too open about all of it, then who's gonna bother? Like, who would bother? Like, just who would
Exactly.
bother? Yeah. So on that, I don't know. What do we got next week?
What do we have next week? Okay. The next one is Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal.
Oh, oh,
Another
it
one about
sounds.
manipulation.
I was gonna say, sounds like manipulation 101 to me. Everybody be here
Mm-hmm.
next week on Saturday, 6 o'clock. See you there.
You either get
Any?
to you know what? I'm gonna give everyone an option. You can either be here and enjoy yourself, or be here and be excited about it. Whichever one you want to do, absolutely. But you have to do either. But you have to pick
But
one.
you're gonna be here. You're gonna have to be here no matter what. Thanks for that. But on that, I guess we'll see everybody next week. Thank you for joining us, and thanks, Rekkr, for helping us get through this one.
Absolutely. And the wind is finally picking up again.
Oh, lovely. Meet us in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thank everybody in the live chat. Thanks to the mods, and we'll see you all again next week.
See ya.